Hi, welcome to Community Talk. I'm Bethany Gill, Communications Specialist of the Enid Public Library. I'm here with Regier, Director of the Enid Public Library, and we're here to talk to you today about the Friends of the Library. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Bethany. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing excellent.
So tell us a little bit of background about the Friends of the Library.
The Friends of the Library is an organization that was founded a long time ago with the desire to help the library in any way, shape, or form that they could financially with things that our budget doesn't necessarily allow us to do. They a little bit supplement our budget in a way. We are very blessed by the city. We have a wonderful budget to work within, but what the Friends allow us to do is go a little bit further with the budget that we have. They allow us to stretch our monies further. And we are to the point right now where the Friends organization is understaffed and we need to build that organization back up. And so we're reaching out into the community to try to get people interested in the Friends, interested in the organization, so we can have more members so that we can grow the Friends organization again.
Okay. Can you give me a couple of examples of what the Friends have done for the library or purchased for the library that otherwise we wouldn't have been able
Absolutely. Starting very basic, in our children's area, we have lots of toys that children love.
Of course.
One of my very favorite toys that the kids love and is incredibly popular right now, we have a light cube that's about, I would say, 18 inches tall by 18 inches wide. It's just a cube. And it's got a light in it, and the light changes colors. It's got all different colors programmed into it, and it's when you turn it on, the whole thing lights up. And you can put x-rays on top of it. It came with different x-rays, and we've got an x-ray of a frog and an x-ray of, I think, a kitten, and I think there's an x-ray of a snake, and then different colored blocks that you can look at onto it. And so kids have the opportunity to see how different colored light affects all of those things and play with the x-rays on it. And that's really been a hit. And we were able to purchase that after the Wondatorium out of Stillwater came, and the kids were able to play with their lighting tables. And so that was a huge hit for us. The Friends of the Library also helped us purchase the giant Lego set that we have that lives in the kids area. And that has been played with, I think, by every child that comes through the kids area. It's hugely popular.
I think kids build something every day.
They do. They build something every day. And I mean, has a day gone by really that kids don't try to see how many Legos they can stack on top of each other? One of my very favorite questions that we get asked is how tall will it be if we stack one on top of each other? And the answer is it will go up past the balcony, just so you know. Not that we've tried.
Right, exactly. I mean, how could we? We don't have a ladder that tall, and we wouldn't let anybody on it.
But we're guessing. That's what we're guessing. But those two items were purchased by the Friends, and they're incredibly popular and incredibly educational for our youngest patrons who come in. Great manipulatives for kids, and particularly for our youngest kids who are not quite able yet to use the actual Legos yet and don't have that finger control, that dexterity yet. Those big Legos are something that they can still manipulate. Going up a level in our teen and tween area, they purchase on a regular basis the books that our teen librarian Gloria uses to go out into the public schools to do book clubs with. They often, I think for the last 3 years, have bought her sets of book club books.
And she has a lot of sets of book clubs.
She does.
She does
I think
several.
I think she does 10 different book clubs, and so that's 10 different books, and she purchases 10 books in that set. So they buy 100 books for her every year. to make those book clubs possible. And then she takes those books out into those classrooms in the different area schools. And I mean, that's programming that wouldn't be possible without the Friends of the Library. So, I mean, that's just absolutely wonderful. In the adult programming area, the Friends of the Library were absolutely integral in getting the free little library for us. I'm not certain that they understood what they were purchasing when they purchased it. It took us a while to get them to understand what the free little library was. But they were so excited when we got it and showed it to them and explained how it worked. And when we got it painted and all put together, and then when we finally partnered with the Parks Department and got it set out on the trails system, they were so excited to be part of that. And the Friends of the Library has literally had a hand in something in every aspect of the library. There's not something that they haven't touched. And one of my favorite contributions that they have added is something that everybody sees as soon as they walk into the library. Our giant globe is a piece that the Friends were integral in getting donated to the library. That's something that everybody sees and uses, and that's got the Friends written all over it.
Exactly. So what are some of the ways the Friends brings in money to the library?
Currently, the way the Friends are bringing in money to the library, we have a consistent book sale that happens every day, all day long, that we are open in the library. They've got some bookshelves where they have books stocked all of the time, and so those books are on sale all of the time. And then they also have biannual book sales. We have one in October, and we also have one in March. And that's when they clear out all of the books that we have in storage, and we lay them out on tables for people to come and browse and shop to their heart's content. And those are wonderful fundraisers. We've also recently developed, doing particularly this summer, spot or pop-up book sales. When we were in June, for the first Friday in June, we did just a mini book sale. Christina, who is one of the members, had knitted some gecko bookmarks, and she did a mini book sale and did that on the lawn while we were doing summer reading sign up. And I'm just devastated because my cat ate my bookmark.
It was so cute too.
It was. She lived on my bookmark lived on my head for a little while that day, and it was just, wonderful. But yeah, no, my cats ate it. In July, we are going to do our first Friday event will be inside the library because we don't do heat.
No, we do not.
We do not like the heat. But we're going to have a first Friday event inside the library, and so we're going to bring out hardcover books for our patrons.
Okay.
And so we're going to do a hardcover book sale, and the Friends of the Library that's what's going to be available. And so we'll have a couple of tables with just hardcover books. I'm not certain what they're going to do in August, but there will be something. And so that's just a quick pop-up book sale that they'll have available. And right now, because we're really limited on the number of people that we have, that's what we're doing. But we have such grand plans. We want to do a perpetual scholarship for kids who have grown up in the library, and we can't fund that without some larger monies going into the Friends account. We can't do that with just book sales alone. We need more people to be involved to do larger fundraisers.
Exactly. We need more hands on deck.
Indeed.
And maybe some new ideas.
Indeed.
It would be a great thing, and they give so much to our community.
Indeed.
And people just don't realize the things that we put out into the community.
Exactly.
That it's actually stemming from Friends of the Library.
Indeed.
So.
Indeed.
When is the next meeting, and how can people find out about Friends of the Library? What do they need to do?
A wonderful question. The next meeting for Friends of the Library is July the 9th at 6 o'clock inside the library. At the next meeting, we are hoping to have a new election and revamp our officers. Right now, we like I said before, we're down to 4 actual members. And so we are hoping to just have a ton of people show up and get involved and be ready to get involved. And we need all kinds of people. We don't just need people who are ready to fundraise. We also need people who are interested in organizing. We also need people who are great idea people. We need people who are interested in membership drives. We need all kinds of people. We are down to 4 individuals, and we need all kinds of people. The best way to learn about Friends of the Library is to come in and ask. The Friends of the Library does have a Facebook page. It has a little bit of information, and so that's a great way to learn about it. But the best way to learn about Friends of the Library is to come in and ask one of us.
Okay, excellent. Well, as you know, we're seeking help, and we would greatly appreciate if you would plan to attend the next meeting, which is Monday, July 9th at 6 p.m. And as with anything else, it takes a village to keep our community going. It takes a village to keep the library going. And a big part of that village is our Friends of the Library group. So please make plans to join us on Monday, July 9th.
Hi, I'm Tree Perkins with Youth and Family Services. We've got a lot of great programming and opportunities to serve your family at Youth and Family Services. Be sure and watch for us on Community Talk to learn about many of these great things that we can help you with.
Hi, welcome to our talk today with Community Talk. We are the Blue Star Mothers, as you know, and today I have with me Edna Dyson, and she is our Sergeant of Arms. Doesn't she look scary? No.
I don't know what to do, really.
She's really awesome. But Jolene's been under the weather. She had to have some surgery, and she's under the weather, so we wish her well. And Karen's kind of under the weather too, so I think we'll get everybody back on track shortly, but Edna's being brave today and come share this with me, so.
She forced me.
So anyway, would you like to tell them when our meetings are and our care packing night is?
Our meetings are at the Oakwood Mall store on the second Thursday of each month. I always get confused sometimes
Okay,
on
that's
that.
the meeting.
And the packing meetings are on the fourth
fourth.
Thursday of each month. This month we don't have too many to send out, but we send them out every month.
Yes.
It's not just a once in a, whenever we feel like it. It's every
That's
month
right.
that we do it.
And we have been since 2006.
Yeah,
So we're,
I didn't know how long it had been going on.
so we're pretty proud of our
Yes.
status there. But, and we did have, there was 100 troops came home either yesterday or day before yesterday.
Yeah.
So welcome home. We're glad that y'all
Yes.
made it back
Yes.
safely, and I'm sure your families are thrilled.
Yeah, my
So,
son's still over there. He'll be over there another month
Yeah.
in
yeah,
there, so hopefully, everything will work out.
Yeah.
Just keep all of our servicemen in your prayers, people.
Oh, yes. And so, with this 100 coming home, then the next 100 will come home shortly too. But that also means that there's 100 to replace them and 100 to replace the next. So we have not received the names. I know that some of them left a month ago. And so we're waiting on the names to come in. But this week we are sending out our care packages the 28th. And it's kind of sad. We only have 7 care packages going out. But that's okay. We're okay.
That means a lot of them are back home.
That's right, and safe and happy to be home so they can have McDonald's, Burger King, all those things that we think is just kind of like, but they have done without them for so long that they're thrilled. So I'm sure they're hitting up all the fast food, taking their families out. So, but anyway, as you know, we continue to support our troops in any way that we can. We also get together and we have fundraisers. Well, our last fundraisers was selling chances on a gun, and the winner of that was from Mustang. And then we was selling chances on a navy quilt that was hand quilted, and the winner of that was from O'Keene.
It's a beautiful quilt.
Oh yes, it
Gorgeous
was. It was. I wished I could have been in the drawing, but those quilts, they're really nice, and especially when they're hand sewn. That was pretty awesome. And this was huge. It was like a king size.
Yeah, it was.
So, but it's items like that that we do to make the money to send the care packages to our troops. And would you like to tell them a few things that we put in our packages?
Oh, Lord.
Okay, I put her on the spot.
Oh, we put in socks, soap and toothbrushes, toothpaste, magazines, books, Girl Scout cookies, candy,
Razors.
razors, and batteries.
Snacks of any kind.
Oh, just about everything that you can think of. It.
Hard candy.
Individual little puddings and applesauce things that we put in there. A lot of times, anybody can bring anything to us, and we'll either figure out how to use it or determine where to go with it. But our store is open on Thursday and Friday from 10 until 5.
Right.
And you can drop it off there anytime that you want to. And you don't have to do it just during a fundraiser that we have. You can bring it anytime.
Right. And if we're not there, you can drop it off at security in the middle of the mall. I believe it's down there by the train.
By the train thing, though.
So if we're not there, you can drop it off there, and that will help us too. But, we always are in need of items like chapstick, beef jerky, gum, and, some of that stuff is very inexpensive. Not the beef jerky, of course, that cost us a lot. So we appreciate all that we get. And the guys that we send it to, they're very appreciative. It's so awesome to be in the store and one of them stop in and say, "Oh, you sent me care packages. That was so nice." Yes. So,
in fact, my son, I got an email from my son just recently, and I haven't told you this yet, but he said that, when he was telling me to be back probably next month, that he's gotten all of our packages, and to thank every one of the Blue Star mothers for sending them.
Awesome.
And that, so.
That makes you feel good when you hear that, and that they appreciate what we send. And so, and we're proud to do that, They was, for me, it was my son over there, and he's home and he's doing great. But you know what? Somebody else's son or daughter's over there.
Yeah.
So, we
to
continue.
Bring them all home.
That's right. We continue to do what we can. Yeah. So, and we'll continue as long as we can.
Yeah.
So, and and that's something else. You want to tell them about how to become a Blue Star mother?
It's really easy. I mean, if you have a son or a daughter who either are or have been in the military, you are a Blue Star mother. And all you need to do is to come up, fill out, the form saying you want to be one, and we got you.
This is very true.
And we have a good time.
We do.
We really do. We helped at the Red Dirt Run. We gave them water, and they're very appreciative of that.
Right.
And
that's a long run.
Yes, that is. I'm glad I don't run it.
Yeah. I would like to, but it would take me days.
Yeah.
And then we help at the Woodring Wall of Honor.
Yes.
And that's always emotional.
Oh, yes, it is. Very emotional.
But it was nice. And, and then we've got stuff going on. We don't have a lot in July and, until I think it's probably mid to maybe the third weekend in August. We have Ames Day.
Yeah.
We are invited out there to have a fundraiser with the Ames Fire Department. It's really fun. We have lots of fun doing it. We make baked pies, and they auction off our pies.
Yes.
And we they do that locally in their city or their little town. But the Blue Star Mothers, since they invited us to be out there, and we're so appreciative of that, we decided that we could bake the pies too, and they can auction them off. And even though we're having a fundraiser, it helps them with their fundraiser.
Yeah, it does.
So, we get to baking, and, we all love to bake, most of us.
Most of us.
Most of
No, I enjoy baking. It's just me though.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard.
So we bake, and we have pies, and we get to do things with the kiddos out there. We have kid items that we usually take out there, and the kids are always fun. And so we continue to do that. And then we also, in the 1st of September, we will be doing our Labor Day weekend fundraisers, which is usually at Hutch's on Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
And then also at the AMVETS, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Out at Mino.
Yeah.
And so that helps us, and the moms split up, and it makes for a long day for us. But you know what? It helps, and it helps us to get the word out that we are Blue Star Mothers. We're mothers of military men and women who serve very proudly. So we get out there and we work very proudly to be able to send these care packages with love to our sons and daughters.
Very much love.
So,
and a lot of prayers.
That's right. So when we're out there, we're not just begging for us, because everything we do goes to our troops. We try very hard to help if there's a troop in need. It could be a veteran. We have to make sure that all that's legit, but if you need help, we'll do our best to help.
And if any of you know of anybody, any military person who has been deployed, we would love to have their name and address so that we could send them a care package also. That's
right. And, at this time of the year, when we're in between the troops' addresses, we've got plenty. We continue to do well because of Northwest Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They continue to help us by showing up at our fundraisers. And also, we have a fundraiser usually twice a year at Walmart. And when we're at Walmart, they buy items and bring out to us, and we pack those items and send them to our troops. And so we have the items to send. And, so if you have a nephew or a niece, or, it could be your best friend's child that none of us would know. But, if they're serving, we want to take care of them also.
Yeah, we just finished a month or so ago a fundraiser at my church. And they were very supportive.
Oh, yes, they was.
They were very generous.
Yeah, and it would have been fun. They was supposed to come and help us pack tomorrow evening, or the 28th.
Yeah, but when you have 7 people and then 7 boxes, it doesn't take long. So.
But that's okay. We'll make sure that they get in on the game.
In the fall, we'll get them there. I'll get them there.
When we have, 50, 75 or whatever, we will take care of them also. But if you have a church group that you want to be a part of us, or you want to take donations for us, we welcome all of that. If you have a class, it could be a Sunday school class, it could be a school class, that you want to bring your children in and show them what it is, you feel free. My number's on the TV on the screen, so feel free to call and set up a time, because if it's during school hours, we will change our packing times to benefit the children, because we think it's very important to let them know what we do. And some of them have family in the service.
Yeah, they do.
So they like to be a part of packing that care package. So feel free to call me at any time.
And a lot of the school children will write cards and draw pictures and
thank you notes,
and we send them.
Yes.
With them. And all the troops love getting those.
Yes, they do. Well, our time is almost up, so I would like to say, please continue to pray for our troops. Please continue to pray for their families. always remember there's someone saying goodbye to their son or daughter who is serving. And that's one of the hardest things that you could ever go through, being a part of the Gold Star families. And with this 4th of July weekend coming up, remember dearly that our guys and our girls are over there fighting for our freedom. But let's celebrate it and be happy. And just please keep all of them in your prayers.
Yes.
And thank you, Enid Television, for helping us and to let us be on here. And thank you for everyone who has donated and everyone who cares. We all care.
Yes, we do.
Anything you'd like to say?
I think that pretty well covers it.
Okay, well, thank you all, and God bless America.
Hi, I'm Tracy Biddle from Leonardo's Children's Museum. Don't forget to come see us at 200 East Maple in downtown Enid, and also watch for us here on Community Talk.